They call him Seatin, the man of legends.
Hey ladies and gents, welcome to today's video. Pleasure to have you here. So, on today's video, what are we going to do? We're going to be talking about soloing Shadow from Beyond, which is the new level 65 Nightmare Tide Chronicle that all fresh 65 should do upon kind of reaching that level and farm on a daily basis to get kind of endgame gear and Abyssal Crusaders marks and all that kind of fun and jazzy stuff. I believe there's also a bit of, endgame faction reputation you can get as well. So the first thing you do, press J. Go to Chronicles, right at the bottom, Shadow from Beyond. Wow, that is conveniently easy. And then you hit the enter button. If you hit the cancel button, you won't enter, so you got to be sure to hit that enter button to actually enter the Chronicle. And as you can see, you've kind of arrived at this rather bountiful feast. Let's have a chat with the Pelagic Greeter here. Am I late for the celebration? I don't know. Didn't have a pre-invite, they didn't set a time, they should have coordinated that a bit better. Mistakes were made. Okay, so what do we do here now? So, then you have to talk to, you can optionally participate in the festivities, so you can run into these zones and people are going to start like role-playing and eating cake and all that kind of fun stuff. Or you can just talk to this guy, you said I've had enough of the festivities, and then you go, this all for me, and this kind of triggers the next event in the wave of this very, very exciting Chronicle. Does look pretty damn stunning, I'll admit. I'm the greatest of heroes. This guy. I want more of this guy.
Look, it's a falling star. It must be a omen for what's to come. By the gods, I think it's coming straight at us.
Yep, they are coming straight at us. It's not just one falling star, it's four. And you'll see kind of shortly after, you've done looking at those stars that these Bloodfire pincers are going to spawn. They're hellbug crabby type creatures. So what you want to do, pretty much any spec will be able to do this. You just want to round them up and beat them up. They hit for literally nothing. I mean, I've only got 6k spell power, which kind of a fresh kind of level 65 character will probably have about 7 to 8k spell power, and I'm running now with a bit less, just to kind of, give you an idea of how you can do this, even really newbie gear. And I'll also play like a really baddie in this video, just so you guys, can get the full experience of a fresh character doing this. So really, these hit for absolutely nothing. If you got any sort of self-healing, you'll easily be able to deal with them. So let's just get them down, a couple of single targets. I think I legit do more damage on live. I think I have better gear on live than what I do now. Okay, so once you've killed all the crabs, then it goes on to the next stage, which is Grnden. He arrives via... I have no idea where that guy come from. Like, I have no idea, came even. Literally, he just kind of jumped out of the sky. It indicated that the meteor came, but he is much bigger than that meteor, so I'm not too sure where he arrived. Regardless of which, this is the first boss. He is Grnden. He's a big, angry monkey person with just over 800,000 health. What you want to do is he's going to beat on you with his big monkey hands. You got Pulverize, you can either move out of that or interrupt that. I chose to move out of it, just because damage is bad and I want to avoid it. I could have interrupted it. I don't think you get any, like, special moment of opportunity. The thing you really do need to look out for is the Infernal Breath. That's the kind of thing that will take you down. Drums of Doom, so he's going to start pounding the ground. You got to get away, or you are going to take quite a bit of damage. So yeah, this fight for a very small section isn't too melee friendly, but it's alright. It's easily achievable by most classes. The damage isn't too bad. He's kind of meleeing me for, on average, about 2.5k. So, maybe for people that are having a bit of trouble DPSing, you might want to ensure that, you have bits and bobs of self-healing there. I mean, pretty much any spec will work for this Chronicle. It's fairly damn straightforward until you get to the last boss. And then she is a massive pain in the ass. Okay, so now we have to go below the monastery. which is basically down here. You can either, I believe there's a sea sponge down, so you can either ride that sea sponge, but because I'm lazy and there's no full damage in Rift, I just like to jump. It's equally fun. So you can just jump literally anywhere off on that platform, and then you want to head down to the bottom here. And you want to click on this panel to kind of start that, and this kind of Pokemon-looking Starmite object will appear. It's very flaming and aggressive. Okay, so boom, just like that, magic. Second boss has stopped his RP and spawned, so let's engage him. So this guy is called Thrawn. He's pretty damn muscular. One of the most lethal things about this boss is actually the amount of just auto attack damage he does. You'll see, he's hitting me for like, 4 to 6k. So, especially on like freshly geared mages, that still is a bit of a problem for most people. So you want to make sure you have a spec that, has a moderate amount of self-healing, so, you can handle yourself for his damage. Now, a couple of other mechanics that he's going to do is Giant's Rage. He's going to knock you back and then start pounding the ground. Very similar to kind of the first boss's drumming mechanic. It's pretty damn easy, just simply move away from that. He's also going to do Call of Fire. That'll spawn a little fire tornado somewhere, and you really want to move away from that. And now the final thing is that the sky is going to be falling, so they're going to be rocks all over the place. And the priests, as you can see, kind of like, oh, even the clerics even. So they're going to be channeling like a little bubble of safety. Just get inside that and you will not take any full damage. And GG, you have pretty much won this encounter. I believe he usually uses the rock slide on about like 20... it's about 30-20%. It might be time-based, but just from my couple of experiences on this guy, it appears to be low percentage-based. So make sure you're fairly close to one of those, because the rock slide does deal about 5k damage per second. So that, combined with the kind of hard-hitting auto attacks he's throwing out, won't be good for you.
We will summon a focus crystal. Use it to channel your ascendant power and disable the Oculon.
Okay, so this is the part where the Oculon goes a bit berserk. Very, very easy to deal with. You click the crystal, use the reactive. You click it again, use the reactive again. And this happens many, many times. It's all ramping up this drama, the roleplay, the voice acting.
We're out of time. Unless you have some trick up your sleeve.
So boom, nobody's dying today. Everybody's safe. We did it.
How you drew power from those shards, I'll never know.
To be honest, lady, I don't even know how I did it, but the pair of Ascended, too damn good.
They might need your help, Ascended.
Okay, yeah, so the rank need my help. So what you want to do after this, you want to head to the Sea Sponge. The Sea Sponge is over here. Just jump on it. Boom, you'll be vaulted high in the air. It's a bit unrealistic how spongy that sponge was. And on to kind of the next zone where the Chronicle takes place, which is just in this canyon area here. And this is kind of where all the Skelf are in the third boss. So as you'll notice, there are quite a few, blood fire mobs around here. I don't think any of them hit terribly hard, so, if you're an Inquisitor like me, you basically just want to quickly round them up. You need to quickly clear out the camp to advance a bit further, help with all these Skelf who are being invaded by all of these small annoying crabs and members of the blood fire army. So I'm just going to round them all up and then Soul Drain, chug down a Circle of Oblivion, and that is pretty much all of them dead. Apart from the slightly more elite ones, which I'll quickly just focus on and single target down now. There we go, going down, and I'll try and finish the other two off with a Soul Drain. Not quite enough spell power here, but we're resembling how a fresh level 65 would handle this. Okay, so once we've done this, we need to go and talk to this big guy over here, known as Kavalar. What happened here, Kavalar?
Defensive outposts, just in case Grnden decided to return. Oh, a star fell from the heavens, and then all hell broke loose as fire rained from the sky. Whatever's going on, the answer lies in the Tenebrian crater.
I love this guy's voice. It's very wild and wacky. I don't know. I imagine him being some guy from the Wild West.
We'll summon essences that will empower you with all mighty techniques
Ah, cool. You guys are all getting pumped up now. Let's do this then.
Fight well and make the blood fire.
Do we I don't think you can pick up reactive abilities here. But yeah, it doesn't really matter. They're all pretty damn useless anyway. Actually, let's give it a go. Let's see if they've buffed this recently. Allows you to throw a fan of blades around you. Ah, that's not too bad. Instant and does like 84k damage. So yeah, that can be useful if you want to do the optionals here. So you'll notice you basically have you have two optionals here, which directly tie into each other, if I'm correct. So you've got to help rank troopers and kill Bloodfire Berserkers and Arcanists. And I believe both of these just involve killing the mobs. Yeah. So you kill the Arcanist, and a couple of seconds later, the ranked trooper one will do. So it's probably definitely worth doing these for people who need, you know, additional planner achievement experience, and I believe these quests also award additional reputation. So, you know, and everybody's going to be gagging for that at the start of Nightmare Tide, so it's definitely worth, you know, taking literally like 2 or 3 minutes just to do them, because they're not really out of your way, and once you get a bit of, you know, decent gear in Nightmare Tide, it's going to be so damn quickly. It's just going to be like a job of running through and tab tagging quickly while you quickly burn them down. Should probably be using this, you know, insta super damage reactive a bit more. There we go, we've only got 2 more to go after this one, so let's go and clean one up after there, over there. So we got an Arcanist. Put some dots on you, couple of bolt of retributions, and you're going down, son. I love the scenery here, especially with all the falling stars. Oh, and also, yeah, you'll notice fire is raining literally from the skies everywhere, so you want to avoid the kind of... I don't know if it's my graphics card or something, but all of the fire isn't like super visible. But yeah, basically if you see a fire patch on the ground, you don't want to stand in it, because it's going to deal a crap ton of damage. So you want to do your best to avoid essentially as many of them as you possibly can. Let's just quickly kill that. Okay, so yeah, let's have a look what we got from here. So it's 50 notoriety, so it's not huge amounts, but the you know, additional 3 and a bit platinum, and also kind of 300,000 planar achievement XP is certainly welcome, especially for people who haven't capped out their stuff. So, you know, it's 100 rep for a few minutes work. I think that is fairly reasonable, especially, you know, when you have stuff like patron status, which can greatly increase the amount of rep that you get. Okay, so this is the third boss. He's called Erlin. As you can see, he is a big kind of angry devil guy, has a lot of star mites surrounding him. So the plan for this boss is literally nuke the crud out of the boss until he gets to about 50%. When he does get to 50%, what you're going to want to do is go around and kill all of the empowered Oculons, and then GG win. This guy's attacks can be interrupted, or they can be taken to the face, whichever you prefer. Okay, so as you can see, he's channeling all the power from the Oculons. During this time, he's going to deal, I believe it's slightly increased damage, and become pretty much invulnerable to damage. So you want to nuke down these empowered Oculons as fast as humanly possible, due to the fact that they'll be shielding him, and also when you kill one, they'll drop like this aura that heals you, which is just absolutely bloody fantastic. Okay, so let's throw a few bolt of retributions out. We got the dots ticking on all of them, just trying to speed up a bit of time here. I believe we also have some sort of damage increasing buff. I'm not entirely sure where it's coming from though. I think it might be one of the circles. Yeah, we seem to be getting about 50% additional damage. So all you guys really need to know is that standing in circles is a good thing, and that you should do it a lot. Channel misses just to finish him off. Aggressive Inquisition, and boom, he goes down. Nice work, nice work. Okay, so now we're on the last boss known as Samake. She is a purple-ish version of the Frozen Tempest boss Kalindra. Has a few very interesting mechanics, which I'm about to show you now. But basically, the TLDR for this fight is line of sight the boss using these icy pillars situated around the room whenever she casts Cosmic Apocalypse, and also avoid the Oculon's beams at all costs. As you can see, the Starmite-ish looking Oculons are going to be based around the room, and they will do a beam that literally deals crazy amounts of damage. It's about 13k damage per second, so if anything's going to screw you over on the fight, it's the beams. They are so damn powerful. And you'll see that's the line of sight ability. I want to stay line of sighted. Occasionally, and it's also a channeled ability after that. Occasionally you get really crappy luck with the RNG there, and the beam just comes over and wipes half of your health. So kind of, it's good practice for a lot of specs to have some sort of, self-heal available, just in case, a crappy situation like that does happen. You'll also see that she's some kind of illusionary versions of herself. These aren't really anything to be concerned by. They are literally going to do almost nothing apart from run into you and then blow up for like 1k damage, which really isn't that much. So you don't really need to worry about them, and you can kind of just, spam heal yourself through it. So, that's pretty much it for the last boss and the Chronicle overall. This last boss is the only one I would consider fairly challenging. It does take a couple of tries to actually, get used to the line of sight and moving with the beams, so it can be a bit difficult at first, but providing you have some sort of spec with a bit of self-healing in, you will be absolutely fine. And let's see what loot we got from the Chronicle. Okay, so we got a nice one-handed mace there, 1.5k spell power, 50 Abyssal Crusaders marks from the chest, and then if we have a look at the rep, we got about 6 plat, almost 500k planar achievement XP, and 150 of a rep of our choosing. So that is pretty damn cool. Ladies and gentlemen, my name has been Seatin. I hope you enjoyed this guide and found it somewhat useful. If you didn't enjoy the guide, I'm very sorry about that. Regardless of which, have an absolutely great day and take care of yourself.